Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the program. It is 8 in the a.m. and time for our second discussion. And after the long and challenging and seemingly endless pandemic, but finally it has come to an end, nowadays film enthusiasts from all around the world can now gather to immerse themselves in the magic of the big screen, such as my friend Shafira here.
Whoa.
Being one of them, you love movies, you love going to the movies and films. So what was the most recent film that you saw recently?
Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Well,
you do like the big hits as well.
Recently,
Do you go to film festivals as well, like the local ones?
I did a few years ago. I think my last film festival was Yogyakarta Film Festival.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
Oh, that
but
was
long before the pandemic.
before
I
the
went there. It's very nice. I mean, I love the ambience and the people who attend the festival. They really looking for the, we can call it rare film.
Yeah,
That we didn't
Not
see
Little
it on,
Mermaid.
like popular cinema, but sometimes you can watch a full documentaries
Right.
or the story is uncommon.
Yeah, titles that you don't normally see on your streaming
Exactly.
services, right? Okay.
Yeah, but never been to festival since
Yeah.
the pandemic.
Yeah, that's right. Well, good thing that they're back now because we are going to talk about film festivals, and one of Europe's most renowned film festivals, Europe on Screen, is set for a comeback here in Indonesia and ready to captivate moviegoers once again.
Yay! So the festival will return with full in-person film screenings for 10 days from June the 16th to the 25th. Screenings will take place at 17 venues across 7 cities, including Jakarta, Bandung, Bekasi, Denpasar, Medan, Surabaya, and Yogyakarta. This year marks the 23rd edition of one of the most highly anticipated events for film enthusiasts in Indonesia.
And to talk more about this particular festival and its impact for Indonesia, joining us this morning in the studio are Europe on Screen Festival co-directors Meninaputri Wismurti and Naval Yazid. Good morning, both of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Morning, Paul. Morning,
Thank
Shafira.
you for coming. You guys must be busy to set up with the Europe on Screen this week.
Yes. This week,
right?
yeah, going to happen
There
this
will
week.
be 73 films, is it?
That's correct. Yeah.
From 24 European countries. Wow.
How many of them have you seen?
All of them. we have to watch all of them.
Yeah. I guess
So
you would
what
have to.
is the greatest film would be for this
The process, you
The
mean?
process.
Curation process.
Well, we get recommendations from sales agent distributors, film professionals, fellow film festival organizers, and then we attended film markets, the big European film markets in Cannes, in Berlin, meeting people there, and of course, getting recommendations from our cultural counterparts as well, be it in Indonesia or in European countries.
So in total, we were watching actually around 400 films.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, because we got
On average.
in average, and then not only just the one that recommended by the sales agent and the one that we saw during during our visit to film festivals, but we have also looking for some other titles, and also beside the 73 films, we are also looking forward to actually watch our premiere films from the winner of the short film pitching project last year.
Oh, okay. So we are going to talk about that in a minute.
Right.
But what is it exactly that you guys were looking for these selection process of the 73? What was the checklist?
We put ourselves as audiences first
Yes.
when we watch the films, and we need to see whether we can get something or a few things from the films that we watch, whether we think our audiences will like the films.
Okay, it has to resonate with those
Yes.
that you think are
Yes.
going to be.
Yes, and we're trying to accommodate everyone's favorite, like the genre film,
Okay.
horror, and we're trying also to provide some alternative titles, meaning that, I mean, if you're thinking about the European films, and then you will think probably like what you said earlier, some films that could not, right? Yeah, but then there are also other films that is basically like a rom-com, a very slapstick kind of comedy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you've got a nice variety, something for everyone.
And we try to be audience-friendly festival as well.
I see.
So the films have to be accessible.
Of course. Wow. Speaking about that, you mentioned earlier the 2023 Europe on Screen is providing support to young filmmakers with the short film pitching project.
Right.
Tell us more about that.
So the program was initiated back when we first started helming the festival. It is open for emerging filmmakers because we aim to create the next generation of Indonesian filmmakers. So we invite them to submit their short story film ideas. Then they have to pitch in front of the film professionals. And then these film professionals will decide which projects are the best ones, and then we'll give partial production fund.
Yes.
How many are being selected to have this?
So this year we had 168 submissions, and then we have already announced during our press conference like 10 finalists, and they will present their ideas and their project on Tuesday, 20th of June, which actually...
Next week.
Yes,
Next week?
next Tuesday. Yeah.
Right.
So this is going to really help because a lot of filmmakers, one of the biggest challenges is funding.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and besides funding, when we think about doing films for the first time, they think it's just about filmmaking, but they have to present their ideas to investors, to
That's-
producers.
yeah, that's
So
the thing,
they
that's the
really
thing.
have to learn how to do that.
Yeah, and this
Okay.
is the warming up process for them actually, just to do the pitching first, and then maybe later on, if they want to also have a co-production, for example, with European countries, they could also do the
They
same.
really have to sell their ideas a lot.
So would you say this is also then teaching filmmakers or young filmmakers the business side of the industry?
Of course,
Yes,
of
yes,
course.
that's actually also part of our aim.
Yeah, one of the points that the jury members usually,
Ask.
question them, like, how do you see this project being financed if you don't meet your financial requirements?
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So
And
basically
things
they're
like-
shaping
Yes.
the goals as well.
Yeah,
for
like you
them.
can have all the greatest ideas for stories, but if
Exactly.
you can't have the budgeting and the timeline and the shooting post-production, you're not going to be
Exactly.
able to put it all together, right?
I think that is very important to have this kind of event,
Yeah.
annually. So the new filmmakers or anything, they can have a right mentors.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have the
to
good
go
solid
further.
foundation.
They can have different perspective, especially
Indeed.
someone
from abroad who have bigger experience
Yeah.
probably.
Of course, yeah.
So,
Okay.
In
what-
addition to that, actually, they will also have a courses, filmmaking courses like post-production, editing, and others. That's going to be also supported by the SAE Film Institute, so that they actually going to have another knowledge.
So it's
use
part
the
of the
film.
program as well.
Yes.
Oh wow!
So the winner will have that as well.
So it's more sustainable for them as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's the
So
idea.
from where the contestants are coming?
Well, this year is special because only 2 finalists, 2 out of 10 are from Jakarta,
Okay.
and the rest are from mostly Yogyakarta, Surabaya, Blitar.
Yeah.
Good representation from around Indonesia as
Yes,
well.
it
So,
is.
You believe there's a lot of talents out of,
Of course,
Java,
yeah.
right?
well, that's the thing. I mean, we have to expose. I mean, it's not just the big cities anymore these days, right? And many, obviously, funding is a big challenge for many. But
Yes.
what are some of the other challenges that young filmmakers are facing these days? I mean, the platforms are there.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we have streaming platforms or YouTube where people can actually showcase their work. But what are some of the challenges that currently young
For young filmmakers is usually getting the first contact, getting the first access
Yeah.
to get their
put their
projects. So we really encourage young filmmakers to apply to not just us, but to different events and opportunities for this film funding or getting their projects greenlight.
Okay.
So yeah, that's important.
I think that's, I hear this about Hollywood movies all the time. Like you watch a great movie and then you find out that, the director or the producer had this idea 10 years ago. It just never came
Yeah.
to fruition
It
because
takes time.
the right
Yeah.
opportunity was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Speaking about this, this festival, this film festival is basically all the selections is not only from Europe filmmakers, is it? Or mostly from Europe?
Mostly from Europe because
I
it's
saw
the
from the list I think this is one of the film that I want to watch it. It's called The Princess.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's from
Yeah.
the UK.
From the UK, and it's official selections of Sundance Film Festival last year and Best Editing nominee, International Documentary Association. So basically, there are some kind of documentary,
Right.
features,
Yes.
films. So is there any specific category in that? In
Yeah,
that
how is it
festival?
broken down?
So our programming is as simple as we categorize feature-length fiction in one section and then feature-length documentary. in one section, but this year we will also have another new section on a family theme films, so that family can watch films together, because all these films are given age classification of general, so
right.
everybody can watch.
So,
So the category for that will be family fairs, and then also we have also short selections.
Yes.
And this year we are focusing on the sports shorts. I mean, the next year will be like the year of sport with Olympiad and everything. And then after that, we also have the EU Kids shorts. This is basically a compilation of short film without any dialogue for kids, so kids can actually
kids can watch.
Yeah, kids can watch.
Cool.
Yes.
So this is going to happen in 17 venues across 7 cities. Is this all running at the same time?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges in organizing that? Because that's got to be tricky. It's only 2 of you.
Well, getting everybody on board together.
That's one thing.
Matching dates, of course,
Okay.
but we usually inform them way in advance. And
Preparing the human resource.
Yeah,
as well,
getting
and
human
the
resources as
equipment,
well,
the promotional, the festival collateral, sending all the films, also the delivery of the films. So yes, it takes
human
a lot of
resources.
feeling.
I mean, yeah, human resources is also one of the things that we need to highlight, because, you know, as in other creative industry departments here, it's sometimes getting hard to find people who are willing to participate.
Exactly. In relation to your question earlier about the challenge that the younger filmmakers facing is basically also the limited sources of crew.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that
Yes,
right?
yes,
Wow.
it is. So like that's why we are trying to encourage all the students from the film school to come together and then to help each other, like, because we are very limited in terms of crew in production.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Wow.
Perhaps maybe because there's more and more films being made these days. if you're
That's
writing
true.
it.
The demand has increased in
The
recent
demand has
years, yeah.
increased.
Yes.
So how is the response from the public about this festival?
Well, so far the response has been positive, because it seems that, especially this year, everyone is really eager to go out and to experience live events again. So we are really looking forward to welcoming them in person.
And this weekend, we just finished our Road to Europe on-screen offline screenings, and we have totally full book venues.
Wow.
So people are eager to go out and to watch the film in the cinema and to
Yeah.
experience everything together. So that's very fantastic for us.
What do you
to
think about the popularity of European film scenes here in Indonesia? Because, well, there's a Hollywood, Korean film.
But also notice that, like, if you open streaming services, I don't know if it's just my algorithm, but I'm being suggested a lot more European films as well.
Exactly. I just watched
these
it last
days.
night.
So I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
The director is from, I don't know, probably somewhere in Europe.
Right.
And they speak Spanish.
Yeah, there's Spanish, there's
wow,
Polish
the story
films.
is quite.
And the story is very different
I
from what we usually see.
stories, even though I didn't know the actor. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of streaming platform, we see a lot of European contents. Not so many in our local cinemas, unfortunately.
Not cinemas, right.
Yeah, I mean, so we hope that you know, our audiences are more familiar, having had exposure of this European content. In the
you know,
festival.
in a public cinema, like for commercial screening, probably like 1 or 2, and that will be like a genre film, a horror.
It's a rarity.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like
you
a
have
big
to find
one.
it in selected cinemas.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
probably
Not all, yeah,
not all.
yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see more, because I'm always I love watching a movie not knowing the actor, not knowing because I'm open to any surprise.
You're in for surprise.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So,
it's a different experience.
yeah. So a bit of a side note here. We do know the pandemic is over, which is why festivals like this can take place. But one thing that's not over is the war in Ukraine, and that's certainly affected every sector, every industry in Europe. Has the film sector been affected as well? Did you know?
Slightly, I would say.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that Ukraine, I mean, surprisingly, Ukraine still releases quite a number of films, not as many as in previous years before the war, of course. And we see a lot of support from especially in film. We see so many film festivals, European film festivals, like they provide special platforms for Ukrainian filmmakers. And they show also some solidarity, and that's also something.
They have also actually the Ukraine International Film Festival in Kiev. So they're still running, in spite of the bombing and everything, they're still running their own film festival.
Okay.
So that's something that's actually initiate also the film industry to grow.
Yeah, that
Wow,
should be applauded.
that's interesting. Right, it can still found the hope.
Yeah, the whole.
And they still make films despite the war.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Art will find a way.
Exactly.
True.
Speaking about the Europe on Screen 2023, it's already mentioned.
Yes.
We'll be screening not only here in Jakarta and Yogyakarta, because The Princess will be airing in Yogyakarta.
Yeah, you remember that. You gonna fly out there?
18th of June,
Yeah.
20th of June in IKJ in Jakarta, and 24th of June is in IFI at Tamrin. Oh, close
Yes,
by.
that's right,
So,
down the street.
how would you invite, or people can get, or the audience can get the information and all the things so we can get to this event?
So first thing first, come an hour before the screening schedule to get the tickets on the spot.
Oh,
okay,
you
so
don't
you
sell it
can't-
online?
No, you
No,
cannot do it
it's
online. This is all
free.
free of charge.
Free of
Oh,
charge.
yeah,
Free of
yeah,
charge.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yes, you can watch all the 73 films, and
Yeah.
including all the events. We have film talk, we have film workshop.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 2 festival guests that's going to also deliver their knowledge and making films. So that's available for free of charge, but please come an hour before the
Okay.
screening
Oh yeah,
schedule.
you had me at free.
Okay.
So, what website or
This
or
one.
social media
Yeah,
where we
it's,
can find all the info?
I got it.
She got it there.
EuropeOnScreen.org.
Okay,
Yes,
thanks for
correct.
doing your homework.
Amazing.
And social media.
Schedules.
Europe on
Exactly,
Screen.
there's schedule about the festival catalog, so you won't miss any show.
Yeah, we have
or
all the
film.
downloadable PDF and everything.
Kudos.
Sounds good.
Right.
So good luck to you guys in the final
you
leg
so
of your
much.
preparation.
I know the film that I want to
Now
Please
you
let
just gotta
us
book a ticket to
know.
Jogja.
Yes,
And
of
we look
course.
forward to seeing you in person then
Also in
next
the
week.
on our opening.
Thank you so much for coming, bringing
you.
this information to
Yes.
all movie freaks out there.
Yes.
Thank you.
The
Thank yourself.
festival. Yes, of course. All right, we'll take a break and we'll have a recap of news from our previous segment. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Shit.